obsessed with this lab coat though. It is so cute and it's like cinched in the back. Well, not cinched, but you've got the little thing in the back. And on the sleeves, you got the pockets. I really like this. And then I just have like regular joggers with pockets on the side. I don't even think these are scrub pants. They're just regular joggers that I had on. But yeah, this is the fit for today, and I'm gonna put my hair up in a ponytail. What time my lunch is gonna be at? It should be easy though because it's autonomous living. It's like So right now I'm just making breakfast because I organized the lift. I don't want to be experimenting with the bus and everything on my very first day because I want to make sure that I'm there on time, and I've never taken the bus here before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lift going to work, and then coming back I'm going to take the bus so that I can kind of see what it's like. I haven't been on a bus in like 3 years, so it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a bit different, but hey, whatever. The weather here is so good compared to Montreal. You guys saw when I left Montreal, it was white and there's not a lick of snow on the ground over here. So it's not as though it's cold and I have to like stand up in the cold and wait, and I'm downtown, so I'm fine with taking the bus. It's gonna get here between 6:15 and 6:25. I'm hoping it comes more towards 6:25 just so that I don't have to rush too much. But yeah, I'm just trying to make something quick for myself to eat, and then I'm gonna hit the road and go see where I'm gonna be working. I'm really praying that I know I can handle the place itself. I'm just hoping that they're not disorganized, and I'm hoping that my coworkers are gonna be chill, that they're gonna be helpful, because a lot of people, when agency nurses come into a facility, they do not want to help you, they do not want to show you around, they don't want to orient you properly. But I do have 4 days of orientation, so I should be shadowing another nurse today. So I'm hoping that that goes good, because I'm not the type of nurse you're gonna bully. I'm not the type of nurse you're gonna bully, and I will pay them back what they paid for the Airbnb, cancel this Airbnb, and go the fuck back home the second they start pissing me off. I'm not even joking. I did not leave all the way from the East Coast and fly 6 hours for my life to be stressed, okay? I don't come this life to suffer, please. Okay, so I'm just hoping I have chill coworkers. Let me put something over this jacket because I don't want no oil splatters on my lab coat. But yeah, I worked in med-surg for a year as a nurse, and I also worked in med-surg, well, not in med-surg, in hospital setting for a year as a PSW, or a CNA, you guys call it. And I loved it. I learned a lot. It was a great experience, don't get me wrong, but no. I'm just not trying to do travel nursing in the hospital, because if I'm working in a retirement home or a long-term care facility and nobody wants to help me, I can kind of figure my way around, right? I know how to use PCC, which is what most facilities use over here, point click care, and I can kind of figure it out. But in hospitals, it's so much harder trying to figure things out on your own. And one thing I did not come to BC to do is lose my nursing license. So I'm going to stick with assisted living or long-term care. That's what I know, that's what I like. And I also like being in like an environment where I get enough downtime to where I can kind of hit two birds with one stone. Anyway, let me just finish up this breakfast because this Uber is about to be here anytime now. Hello, my lovelies. I'm currently on break. It's what is it? 12:15. It's actually going really well. The staff is super helpful. I was expecting for this to be an independent living residence. I really don't mind, but I was under the impression that it was because that's what it said on the website. And independent living is usually what we call, like, is it level 1 or level 4? I can't remember. I always get it mixed up. But meaning that, you know, there are certain things, or like, for example, tube feedings and stuff like that you wouldn't have in the building, right? So once you are required to have like a tube feeding or anything like that, you would go to a residence that accommodates that. This facility is more of a complex care, long-term care type of thing. You've got tube feedings, a lot of people with catheters, blood draws. So you're utilizing a lot more of your skills, which is fine with me because I haven't used a lot of my skills in a while. The staff is super helpful, very nice. The only thing is the building is super old, but whatever. I can tolerate it for a month. Right now I'm looking for this harbor place or whatever that's supposed to be not too far away from here, right by the water, and there's like a gorgeous view. I saw it online and I could see it from in the building, kind of, but I'm looking for how I can get to it, because everyone's telling me to walk to it during my break and go see. So I have an hour break, and then I'll have about an hour and a half left before it's time for me to go home and for our work day to be done. So that's work day number 1. It's going really well. Very happy. And yeah, I'm just going to call my mom, call my friends, because everybody's been ringing my phone to ask me how things are going. So I'm going to return those calls and I will update you guys a little bit later. We're in Vancouver. We traded in the snow for the rain. I'll take the rain over the snow any day. I love that I'm on the West Coast. We're by the ocean, so they have a ton of seafood. So everywhere I walk, there's like lobster, crab, and I love seafood. But it's very, I wouldn't say hard to get on the East Coast. Well, I wouldn't even say on the East Coast, because there's Halifax that's also on the East Coast, but that's like at the very end, so it's close to the ocean as well. But like Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, like a little bit further from the ocean, it's a bit harder to get seafood, because we're not that close to the sea. And because we're not close to the sea, it's extremely expensive, like real expensive to get good seafood. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna get a salmon burger because I didn't take anything for lunch. I didn't have the time to cook anything for lunch, but I'm going to make supper later on. perfectly seasoned. Perfect. Not too salty, not overly seasoned, just perfect. So this is my little ramen noodle, but make it fancy at home. Regular pack ramen noodle with an egg. You got a little bit of shrimp in the back there so you can see, and some steak. I cannot wait to eat it. It is a beautiful day in Vancouver. I just decided to come out and take a little walk because I'm having nothing else really to do. I've been trying to edit, but I can't get my head in it. And yeah, the weather is it's cold, but compared to Montreal, it is not cold at all. So I'm just taking a walk, strolling, taking some shots of the city. So I'm just gonna show you guys my views. What is up, you guys? It is currently almost 7 p.m. and I've been sitting at home bored. I didn't have work, I didn't do anything today, and I don't know, I just figured I would go out. I did call my friend to see if she would be willing to go, but she didn't pick up, and I figured, you know what, fuck it, let me just go take myself out, let me just go have a good time. because even though I came here to work, I did also come to explore the city and to also enjoy myself. I didn't just come to work and go home. You know, I would have went to rural areas that had nothing to do. That's why I chose to come to Vancouver, so that I can explore while working. So I just decided that I'm just gonna go out and explore. And I don't know exactly what it is that I'm gonna do. I've been looking on Eventbrite to see what there is in the city today. By the way, I'm just using my Neutrogena Hydro Boost. But yeah, there isn't really much going on. But I've been locked up in the house for like 2 days now, and I need to go outside. So I'm just using like a random like sponge that I'm pretty sure I got at the dollar store. I don't really go heavy with the foundation. You guys already know how I am when it comes to my makeup. Very light. I don't really mind if my scars show through. I just don't like the redness around my face. I feel like it makes me look very pale. So when I wear foundation, I'm not really wearing it to cover up much. I'm really just wearing it like for the redness, because the redness makes me look like irritated and weird. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And I don't have my glasses on, obviously, because I'm doing my foundation, so I need to move closer to the mirror. You guys are not gonna be able to see me, but I need to go closer to see because I can't see without my glasses. So just give me a second. For my chin, I don't actually like put any real foundation on my skin, and yeah, I do that ugly fat neck because I need to make sure my neck and my face match. So although this is like pretty much my perfect match, but for my upper lip, my chin, and my forehead, I don't really put any actual foundation on it. I just use whatever's left over on my sponge, because I don't really have much to cover in those areas, first of all. And secondly, I hate putting a lot of foundation on my face, on my forehead, because I feel like that area gets very cakey, especially if you're like moving around, if you're talking or whatever. So it tends to get very cakey, and it like gives away the fact that you're like, well, it's not that I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm wearing any makeup, but obviously I want my makeup to look as natural as possible. So I don't want a cakey ass forehead. My forehead tends to get very cakey, and I do have normal to oily skin, but my oily area happens to be in my T-zone. So that's the area that gets the oiliest, and that's the area that tends to cake up the most. So I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me in the color 11. This looks quite light and it is quite light, but it fits me. I don't really go in like too crazy. This is actually a lot more than I actually wear normally, just being a little extra for the purpose of the video. But I like to use my finger, like the warmth of my finger, to kind of like melt it and spread it out evenly so that it's evenly spread. And then I go in with my my little sponge here to blend it. I really cannot see shit. So you guys see how like that's like kind of spread out? Now I can go in with my sponge and actually blend it. And yes, I use the same sponge that I used for my foundation. Let me finish this. So I have this little brow gel that I also got in the same box with the Blink palette, and once again, it's been a while since I've had these, so I don't even know what the name is, but I'm gonna go back in my old video and find the names, because I did do a unboxing video, and then I will leave them down below. So this is just gonna like keep your eyebrows in place. And then what you want to do, there are girls who like recreate their entire eyebrow. I'm not, like, that's not what I do. I'm just gonna come in a little bit closer so you guys can see what it is that I do. I can't even see because this mirror is filthy. But I pretty much just add pencil wherever I don't have brows. So you guys can see that my arch kind of cuts off right here. So right here, I'm just gonna connect that. Boom. Y'all see that? That's pretty much what I do. And then if I have any lighter areas in the front, if I have like lighter areas in the front right here, which I actually do, I just go in, create a little line at the bottom. and it looks weird and harsh in the beginning. But then I take my brow gel brush and I just brush that up. Brush that up. And that's pretty much it for the right eyebrow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for the second one. Give me a second. Yes. Alright, let me get my lip. This is the Maybelline Lifter. It has hyaluronic acid in it. This is what it looks like. I definitely need to get myself a new bottle. But I got this from Walmart. Love this. I believe it's a lip plumper at the same time. If it isn't, it definitely makes my lips look plump. It's almost done. So I have nothing to do to my hair, basically, because it's in braids, thank God. Shout out to Chelsea. Shout out to my cousin for doing my hair. The only thing I'm gonna do is like oil my scalp a little bit because my scalp is feeling dry and itchy. So I got some peppermint oil, Jamaican peppermint oil. Gives it that nice little tingly, minty, fresh feeling, but at the same time I do need to wash my hair. So anyway, I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow or so if I get a chance, if I'm not too tired or too lazy. But I just go ahead, put a little bit of oil everywhere, flip my hair over, massage. And already that feels better, and it also smells quite good. I don't have any edge control. I forgot to bring gel. So what I've been using is just a little bit of conditioner. Got just this random Kirkland conditioner that isn't even mine. It's actually like I found it here when I got to the Airbnb. And I'm just gonna bring out the edges a little bit. I personally like to just put the front of my hair up at least until the conditioner kind of dries onto my edges, because conditioner obviously doesn't like lay your edges down like gels do. Gels are wet in the beginning and then they kind of dry. It's the same way with conditioner. It just takes a little bit longer. And I feel like if I have my hair down and it's rubbing on my edges, then it prevents it from staying down. So there you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's decent, better looking than before. I'm just gonna allow that to kind of like dry before I put my hair down. I'm gonna go figure out what I'm wearing and I will be right back. Jelma. Hello YouTube. So I would talk to you guys, but I can't right now because Pharrell is playing and I don't want to get copyrighted. So I will talk to you guys when I get back in the car. Life is actually beautiful. Life is great.